A guy who's now a teacher. School who now is a PE teacher.
What's the score between you two?
I won the Match Monsters.
All right, so that was a warm-up game. So now playing for real.
No, hell no. None of this. None of these mind games.
What do you mean mind games, dog? This is legit.
You're not playing Zoo. You're just not participating anymore.
Dog,
Fine.
I am. I'm playing according to your stupid ass rules.
I'm gonna take y'all for a whiz. And you guys can play whatever. You just leave?
Of course.
I watched a documentary yesterday, Rabbi. About you.
About me?
Do you want to guess what it was on?
Pimp Chronicles?
The Cape Chronicles? What?
No, the Pimp Chronicles.
Oh. No, that's my my biography. My autobiography.
It'd be cooler if it were your biography.
It's my biopic, my biography, my autobiography.
Then why did it take me to name it? It's taking you way too long to answer this question.
You.
Are your inspiration?
You got lucky in a warm-up game one time. Now you're just rolling with that as your whole personality.
Doug, don't you recognize that I am essentially the greatest player in the history of Play-Doh?
No, that's incorrect. There's people with thousands and thousands of golf.
There's
We
people.
should join just like an online mini golf game and do like the 3-2-1 thing.
We should not, because people, when they get down, like even one hole, they just quit.
Oh yeah, true. Some of it. No, that's only sometimes though, right?
No, I mean we're so good that the 3-2-1 thing, we'll get into a game with two other people and we'll beat them in the first hole and then they quit. And then you have to wait for their ball to go. And then they have to wait again. And then you have to wait a third time. And then they're eliminated. And it's like, oh, this is awful. It's one of the reasons I think why in the ranked games they only play to 3. Because if you played to 5, people would just quit all the time at the end.
You have 5 minutes, and I'm timing it. 5 minutes to tell me about Brendan Schwab.
Here's the Bobby Lee story. Brendan Schaub was a comedian and was at the Comedy Store and asked another comedian there named Annie Letterman if she would walk him to his truck, and Annie Letterman was like, no. And Annie Letterman was on the podcast Trash Tuesday with Esther Pavitsky and Kalila Khan and Annie Letterman was talking about a comedian. She didn't give his name, but she's like, we know this guy. He cheats on his girl all the time, and he asked me to walk him to his truck. And she said, so what? I can blow you? And they all laughed, and they were just telling like giggly little girl stories or whatever. And she's like, what? Do you want me to walk you to your truck so I can blow you and suck your unfunny dick? And they were just laughing or whatever. Well, the cats of the PF Chang's, that is the Fighter of the Kids subreddit, got a hold of this, and they were like, oh, this is Brendan Schaub. And they went and it spread all across the internet immediately. And so on the next Trash Tuesday, they said, hey, we got like threats from Brendan, we got threats from a certain person's legal team, and like they're pretty serious, so we like have to be on our best behavior. But they didn't say the comic's name. So long story short, Brendan Schaub comes out and goes on the Bobby Lee. Well, so Kalila also said in that conversation where Annie Lemmerman was like, "Can I blow you?" She's like, "Oh, he asked, the same guy sent me messages on New Year's Eve like 3 years ago or something. It ended up being 7 years ago, but whatever. And asked if I could asked what I was doing." And she's like, he was with his in-laws. She said he was with his in-laws, and basically she just and he sent like a peach emoji. She like, and then Annie Lennon was like, "Oh, he sent me a peach emoji too," or whatever. And it's like, what? Who are you, dude? So anyway, they end up having Brendan Schaub on the Bobby Lee show with Kalila, and Brendan Schaub's like, "Look, I just wanted to get everything in the public. I wanted everyone to know what was going on, and so that's why I'm here. And you should just know that I hired a private investigator to look up who was behind the Fighter and the Kids subreddit, and it was Robert Lee at bestfriendspod.com or badfriendspod.com or whatever." And it just ended up being some random person who used that email address. But Brendan Schaub was like, I think you guys are behind my sabotaging. And Bobby Lee's like, I don't even know how to use a computer. I don't even know where I would buy a computer or like what that process even is. I don't know what Reddit is. I hear about it, but I don't have an account. I don't know anything about what you're talking about. And Brendan Schaub was like, oh, well, I have 300 pages. And they're like, okay, well, show them to us. And he's like, I will after this podcast. And they're like, well, why don't you just show them to us right now? He's like, I would, but I can't. After the podcast, I'll show it to you. So he shows them after the podcast. It's just a bunch of like HTML code that like you get from like going to a website and pressing inspect element. And basically he was like, I just hope that your team they're not the ones behind the Fighter the Kid subreddit. So anyway, what Brendan Schaub allegedly did, I know it's more than 5 minutes, but he hired for like $10,000 or $15,000 a team from like India or something to try to see if they could see who was behind the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. But the thing is, it's not just one person; it's like 200,000 people. It's a huge subreddit. So anyway, then he tried, and would later come out that he tried to buy one of the moderators on the Fighter of the Kid subject subreddit, but Brendan Schaub's super cheap. The moderator wanted $8,000 for his account, and Brendan Schaub was like, "No, no more than $1,000 or whatever." And even if he were a moderator, it's not like he can just shut the whole subreddit down as a moderator. Like you don't have that control. So basically, Brendan Schaub was just shit out of luck. And then with Bobby Lee, it got to Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan was like, "Look, I don't know what happened, but my name was thrown around." Basically, yeah, Brian Callen and Brian Callen called Bobby Lee and was like, "Look, you piece of shit, get your fucking bitch off of our fucking subreddit. I don't know what you're doing, but get her out of this." He was really mean. He was like, "I'm gonna end your career. I know people who will end your career." And that means who you think it means, meaning Joe Rogan. And Bobby Lee was like scared. He's like, "Dude, like I don't want to. I don't know why I'm getting blamed for your fucking subreddit. I don't even know what that is." So Brian Callen had to come out and apologize and say like, I was over the top, and Bobby Lee and I like, I hope that we can be friends again, but and Bobby Lee's like, "I don't want you in my life. I don't want to have anything to do with you." Now Brendan Schaub is like, Bobby Lee's one of my closest friends. When Bobby Lee's like, "I barely even know that guy. Like he barely does." And and Brendan Schaub's like, he was one of my inspirations. He's one of the people why I went into comedy. And so that's the Bobby Lee story.
Amazing.
Yeah, Doug. But
Thank
the big
you for
news,
sharing.
the big news this week, Riser, and I mean this, is whether Chin
Okay.
Su Yi is his name, Chin Su Yi. He's the like 6'5" Korean man who's 49 years old. Whether he's their producer, whether he really resigned, because if he did, that show is over. He was the glue behind everything. They'll never find somebody to replace him. And the thing is, if he resigned, he owns 10% of Thick Boy Industries. Dude, when another guy, there was another guy who sued who sued Brendan Schaub for employment benefits and not paying his wages. The and it got the courtroom, or it wasn't a courtroom, but it was the hearing, the employment hearing got live streamed on YouTube Live, and the judge is like reading through through the documents, and he's like, "Thick Boy, what is Thick Boy?" And and Job's like, "That's the name of the company," and he's like, "Okay, Thick Boy Industries." He's trying to take it seriously, but it's like it has the name Thick Boy, number one. Yeah, and number two, it's got 3 C's in it. Doug, we have to talk about Tiger Thick for a second.
I'm going in there.
Okay. Well, but you do that. I'm going to continue talking. Tiger Thick. Okay, so you're going in the shaft. So let me know when you're out of the shaft.
Give me just. All right, you can resume.
Excellent. So,
Boy Industries.
oh, this is the best. This is so funny. So Brendan Schaub, who considers himself to be a marketing genius, started a he got into everything. He got into like being rap production and into all kinds of merch and clothing and stuff. But the big thing was he got into whiskey because he found out that George Clooney's tequila company called like Casa Amigos or something like that, whatever, um, got sold for $1 billion. And when like Brendan Schaub hears anything like this, he's like, I've got to do it. So he gets with somebody for a Japanese whiskey called Tiger Thick, Tiger space THICC, and he before the whiskey is even on the market, it already won an award. And you may ask, well, what award is that, Rabbi? And it was for the design of the bottle, which Brendan Schaub claims that he came up with, but in reality, he just had some designer firm come up with it. So he ends up getting like a whole bunch of whiskey, which sounds like a good plan. Okay, so now you've got a bunch of whiskey. And he thinks that he can send it to consumers in the United States just like a t shirt. Like you can just go on his website and buy his whiskey. That's not how alcohol sales work in the United States, but he didn't know this. And as he says, distribution is a bitch. Basically, you have to sell it to a third party, like a liquor store or something, and then they can sell it. They have a liquor license, and so they can sell it, but you can't sell it direct to consumer. And he didn't know this, so he bought a bunch of like tons and tons of these whiskey bottles, and he wanted to sell them initially for $100 each. This is just not even good whiskey, so it's not worth $100 each. So it went from $100 to $80 to $60 to $50 to $40, and then he just sold Tiger Thick. Now, the funny thing about this is having your own whiskey means that you're going to drink some of it. So he would start doing the show drunk, and he already has like a speech impediment and already has like CTE and already just doesn't speak clearly. So on top of that, being drunk, man, he was mumbling words and he was murmuring and all other things that he would do, and people just had a heyday with this. And he goes on the Joe Rogan Experience, and he's like, Joe Rogan's like, okay, I'll try your whiskey. And he tries to like, that's good whiskey. I just hate the name, Tiger Thick. It's just a terrible name. And he's like, oh, leave the marketing up to me, Papa, and or Daddy or whatever. Sometimes he calls Joe Rogan Daddy, which is kind of disturbing. But then he was on Rampage Jackson's, the UFC fighter, on his podcast, and Rampage Jackson was like, yeah, it's good whiskey. I just hate the name. Like everybody who would see this would be like, it's good. It's just I hate the name, and that's about all you have in whiskey marketing is the name, or it's very important. And so, um, and he was talking about this all the time, where you can get this whiskey. You were going to be able to get it at all his shows. He was going to buy you around, and then he ended up selling the company for a major loss. And that's the story of Tiger Thick. What do you think, Riser?
Maybe it would do well in like Korea, where they tigers are a much bigger symbol in their society.
That could be a big Chinese alcohol.
The thick, like whatever that thick with 3 C's is like, just like
No.
like those sweatpants where they have like those like fake diamonds.
Yes.
On the butt, and they say like juicy.
Juicy couture, but those are really nice.
No, but like, it seems like the thick brand is like basically like those like juicy, like fake juicy printed on the butt pants.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, which is hilarious because that's what his wife wears. So it shouldn't surprise you at all that like that's that's what he would go with. The way that he got the name of this, which is kind of hilarious as well, is Tom Segura put out some brand mocking something. I forget what it was. We're gonna find out right now. I'm not gonna have to look it up. I'm just gonna I'm gonna look it up. It's just in AI.
Tom Segura.
Yo, what is that brand that Tom Segura had that was thick? THICC?
I thought it was 3C.
No. Tom Segura's was 2. All right. So he called it Thick Boy Nation. Wait, no, yeah. Is that what it was? The brand associated with Tom Segura and the term thick is Thick Boy Nation, but it was THICCBOI Nation. And origin, according to discussions on Reddit, Segura began spelling Thick Boy Nation. He began selling Thick Boy Nation merchandise approximately 6 months before comedian Brendan Schaub launched his Thick Boy Bike Club brand. So that's what it was. Brendan Schaub stole this name from Tom Segura, and Tom Segura's was just like a joke, but Brendan Schaub literally just took the whole thing, added another C to it, and made it his own brand. So it wasn't even like his original idea. And if you're wondering what is Thick Boy Bike Club, so anything that Brendan Schaub gets in, he has to label it like whatever he is and whatever he's doing. And Thick Boy Bike Club was a like a pedal bicycle club that he started once he wanted to get into bicycles, and it ended up he bought like $1,000 bike or something, and then he was saying like he was gonna do a like a ride for charity from LA to San Francisco or San Francisco to LA, but didn't realize how difficult long distance bike riding is, and he made it like 30 miles, and then he was on the side of the road and like quit, and that was the end of Thick Boy Bike Club, and that went really quickly. Like literally, there people have made lists of the things at which he's failed, and he failed at Food Truck Diaries. That's where he would do a show with MMA fighters, and it was on Showtime. And what it would be is like it was like Hot Ones or something like that, but just with like food trucks. And so they'd go to a different food truck and then just sit on the curb and eat and talk about MMA. And sometimes he would have like some big fighters on who were like, "Hey, I don't have time to go to a food truck or whatever." So he would, in this one episode, he had some fighter on, but he came in, and Brendan Schaub came in some leased or rented Ferrari, and the guy in the Ferrari's like, "We're gonna eat out of a trunk," because that's where the food was, but it was a frunk or whatever, and just confused by the whole ordeal. So that was Thick Boy. That was Food Truck Diaries. There's Thick Boy Studios, which was a music production company, and some other stuff as well. There were Thick Boy Studios, which wherein Howie Mandel owned like the building to Thick Boy Studios, and Chin and he like designed this whole studio setup for multiple podcasts at once. And Howie Mandel, if you know anything about Howie Mandel, he's like a super germophobic person, and he got kind of pissed off because he found out that Brendan Schaub likes to pee in the sink of his building, and that like rubbed him the wrong way. Um, and then there's of course the stand up. When are we gonna watch You'd Be Surprised and Gringo Poppy? We need to watch those someday so you can really get the feeling of like who this man is and what he talks about. I've got to say I watched the specials and they're not that terrible. They're not the worst things I've ever seen. I hate to say it, but people love to shit on it. There's Thick Boy Bike Club, Thick Boy, Tiger Thick Whiskey, There's Big Brown Breakdown, which changed its name then to Shab Show, and now it's going back to Big Brown Breakdown. There's he had a show on Showtime that got canceled. He had a show on E. The reason why he got fired from E was some guy, I think it was Lil Nas X, was at the Grammys or something with like hair that was all like he made him look like a girl or something, and Brendan Schaub was like basically making fun of him because he's gay or something like that. Um, just maybe because he was dressed effeminately. Uh, so Brendan Schaub lost his job there. Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen had a show on Fox, The Fighter and the Kid. It was on Fox Sports. That eventually got um, that eventually got the axe because uh, Fox allegedly wanted like 50% of all the profits, and they weren't going to do that. So they just go, as he says, as Brendan Schaub says, he just goes. What else did they have that they failed at? Dog, you name it, they have tried it. And I didn't even get into these people until like I've only been into it for like a year or so. And the reason why I'm in it is because it would always be advertised to me on from like the Joe Rogan subreddit, and I would always see it, and I'd be like, "Dude, what is this? The Fighter and the Kid? I hate those guys. Like, I don't, I don't know anything about this. Why does it keep getting pushed to me?" And it got pushed to me for so long, and then I still don't know how I got. Like, I'm like one day I'm like, fine, I'll just join it, and I did, and I was like, I didn't understand any of the language that they were using, um, and but then I think they just started pushing it to my feed, and then I just got obsessed with it. Isn't that the best story you've ever heard? I like how Riser fell asleep.
Oh my bad, I'm muted. I thank you for telling me all that information.
Of course.
I watched a documentary yesterday on North Korea, and it was like pretty freaking mind blowing to me. That like there's like a country full of like prisoners basically, and they're all like super poor, and North Korea's crazy. There's people that like smuggle in all this technology into them, like computers and like or like thumb drives with movies and stuff for them to watch. And like there's just so little known about it. Even though we can spy on them with satellites and see how many more political prisoner camps they've expanded with. But
Dude, apologies, go ahead.
Yeah, what do you know about North Korea?
Well, something that fascinated me is Kim Jong Un when he met with Trump. I'll say this during the first Trump administration. Say what you want about Donald Trump, but at least he was able to have negotiations with North Korea. And you know, they like, if you remember, they met and they like President Trump was the first president ever to go into North Korea, and it was a really big deal. And something that was,
Yeah.
and they were gonna meet again in Vietnam. Um, they were going to meet again in Vietnam, but then COVID happened and they canceled it, which I thought was a shame because that would have been great to meet again. And something that I don't think I'll ever forget is Kim Jong Un when when he first met Trump. He said the reason why things are the way that they are is because we're controlled by China, and I kind of get that. I get that now. Like once I heard that, it was like, oh, I'm not saying that they're totally innocent, but it's like, oh, they're just a puppet state of China, and they have to do everything that China says, and they've had to do all of that since the Korean War, and um, that was just eye opening to me. And Donald Trump said, "I know," and it was just like, oh, I thought that this guy was like, they were calling him Rocket Man and all this other shit. Like he was just kind of this bonkers guy in North Korea who everybody like would just make fun of, but he was like a really serious dude, and he's like, I'm my people are being starved, and like, yes, we are strict and stuff, but we're getting starved from China. It's not like we like to see our people suffer. It's just it's like we're we as a people, as leadership, are basically constrained. Riser, I mean this. I was thinking, I thought about this. You always ask me, this is unrelated, but hey, do you have any documentaries to watch? Yeah, I do have one that we have to watch. And um, it'll change your life. And if I told you, Riser, I mean, maybe we've already watched it, but I know I watched it with Caspian Sea. If I told you, Riser, that I knew the cure to cancer, what would your answer be?
Vitamin B18 or whatever.
No, vitamin B17. Okay, so I made you watch that documentary, didn't I?
Yeah.
And then that put an end to it, right?
Yeah, cancer's cured now.
And I mean, if you had cancer, wouldn't you be eating vitamin B17?
I'd be ordering those apricot seeds on Amazon.
Done. Exactly. I have some right here. Can you see them?
Oh, nice. Are you microdosing the cyanide?
Yeah, dude. Actually, whenever I feel like any kind of like, I've got to say, fortunately, in the 4 years I've done this, I haven't gotten sick. But whenever I feel like a little off, even at all, I'll take two of them and I'll be fine within 12 hours.
That's interesting.
I agree. Um, it's
I
like,
was getting high for a second. I thought that you had a cool North Korea documentary to watch.
no. I wish I did. I mean, there are some that are. So we've seen vitamin B17, World Without Cancer. In my opinion, that documentary is the potentially the most important documentary we'll ever watch, because as you get older and cancer becomes more of a threat to you, you know what you have to do.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't researched it enough to truly understand everything. I mean, like I got like the general concept of it, but I don't know enough about cancer to say how it's if it's as or unanimously like consistent every time as. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know enough about cancer to say
Just read,
conclusively, but if I ever do, might as well.
just read the Amazon reviews. Have I seen any documentaries on North Korea? I've seen some stuff recently. Um, like, did you see that person? I mean, I'm sure it's happened to a few times, but they snuck a camera into North Korea and they videotaped life, day to day life there. And they went like to downtown Pyongyang, and they also went to those statues of Kim Jong Son and his dad, and then Kim Jong Un, and You basically go there, and there's like a place where you can buy flowers, and you like buy the flowers and then put them at the feet of the rulers, and people get really emotional and stuff. Um, and they have like guards everywhere, and like this person, like I forget how they got this camera in, but they videotaped it all. It was
They just smuggle it in.
they smuggled it in, yeah. Um, there's this
Filming there is illegal though, and you'll be thrown in a prison or labor camp.
right. That's why it was like really interesting to get out. There's this cool thing I saw as well. Actually, I was reading about it on Reddit, but it's called the Land of the Three Borders or something like that. It's where North Korea, Russia, and China meet. You can allegedly like go there, and it's like a place where all of their three borders meet, like at the top of this mountain, and you're allowed to go there, but something like you're not allowed to film, and also you're, I think it was, and just you can't take pictures or something. You had to leave your cell phone. You have to leave your cell phone like at the base of this like mountain or something. But there's, I find that to be a really interesting thing too. Is that North Korea shares a border with Russia and shares a border with um, China, and um, there's like oh yeah, what's the other thing? You're not allowed to pick. Oh, that's what it was. You're not allowed to pick up hitchhikers when you go there because there are people who have tried to make escapes from North Korea. I don't know.
Yeah, and apparently, like if you escape from North Korea and you make it into China, if China, you can't go to the Chinese embassy and claim asylum because they'll just send you back to basically a death camp in North Korea.
Right.
So you have to then sneak into Thailand and then get into the South Korean embassy, which there's probably a bunch of spies on looking for North Korean looking people to stop them before they even get to the embassy. And if you manage to sneak into the South Korean embassy in Thailand, then you can claim asylum and they'll send you back to South Korea. And like there's like 20,000 people-ish or something that have escaped North Korea. Apparently, like if you leave like your family behind, then they'll like chuck your family like all in prison too, just to disincentivize people to leave more.
I've heard that. Yeah, that they punish your family, and that's why people don't do it. What about Russia? What does Russia do? If you don't know, let me know and I'll look it up.
I'm not sure.
Yo, dog, what does Russia do with North Korean immigrants who run away? There is no public information or verified reports indicating how Russia handles North Korean defectors or individuals who attempt to flee the country while in Russia. The available search context focuses on the military alliance between the two nations, including the deployment of North Korean troops to support Russian troops in Ukraine. Oh, yeah, I saw that. That was freaky. Um, Diplomatic gifts exchanged between the leaders, such as Pungsan hunting dogs gifted by Kim Jong Un to Vladimir Putin, reports of canned dog meat shared between North Korean and Russian soldiers, which sparked controversy. So it sounds like things are pretty good between those two countries. So I bet they send you back there too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Russia probably doesn't want to piss off North Korea. Yeah.
Right. Right. Um, when I've always felt like they've tried to make North Korea the boogeyman, and it's just been propped up. Like we always need an enemy out there, and I don't know. They don't seem that bonkers to me that it's like, dude, we have been invaded by China for most of our existence, or Japan for most of our existence. We're this little peninsula that's been fought over for like thousands of years. And then we had a country. Oh yeah, I did see a documentary on this a long time ago. It was it's called like Brothers Split Brothers or something like that. It was about how, like when they drew the lines for the after the Korean War of the whatever parallel, they, like some people that like they couldn't see their families anymore, and that was a really interesting element of it. Um, and I don't think I would react any differently if I were Kim Jong Un, from the perspective of I would be trying to develop nuclear weapons as quickly as I could, and I would have mandatory military service because we could be invaded by anybody at any time. And I mean the whole like if you've ever seen Kim Jong Un, like people, the girls cry for him, and just like his mere passing, and um, then there's
There's some rumors started that Kim Jong Un's wife did a filmed the pornography, and then all the people in that, like, and all she was in like some like dance group thing, doing like some like Korean dance music thing, and then they like executed all those people.
wow. He does have, so like the person who's taking over once he dies is his sister, and I've also heard that um he has like body doubles. Dude, there's a really interesting thing about his dad. His dad, you should look this up. Kim Jong, or maybe it's his grandpa. Kim Jong Sung or whatever, like the grandpa, um, had a cantaloupe sized bulge coming out of his head that they never photographed. Or like it was like illegal to photograph. So literally, you would only see one side of this guy's face or this guy's head in any photograph. But then when you looked at him from behind, he had this thing's bigger than a baseball. It's like a softball size, like thing that they had to drain.
Damn.
Do you see it?
Oh, I can look it up.
Oh yeah,
What, like a tumor? Is this?
yeah. It was something like that. Let me look it up or look up what it said. Korean leader growth on head. This is, well. There's Kim Il Sung, the founder of North Korea, had a calcium deposit growth on the back of his neck that grew
Oh, I see it.
to the size of a baseball by the 1980s.
I mean, I guess yeah, cantaloupe. It's not like a watermelon.
No.
Honestly, I pictured in my head like a giant like, basketball growing out of his the top of his head.
And then um, I've heard rumors that
Apparently, it was 1983 KBS program Finding Dispersed Families. Is that reuniting families separated by the Korean War in the 38th
no.
parallel?
Let me look it up. Yo, dog, what's that documentary? It was like divided brothers on North Korea and South Korea.
Is it a uniting one?
Oh, it's Unfortunate Brothers. Wait, is that it? I think so. It's about a guy who defects from North Korea and South Korea. You know, another thing that I find interesting is if you do escape North Korea to South Korea, it's almost like a big fucking game of tag or like base. Because once you get to the other side, they'll like protect you.
Yeah. No, you're. I mean, yeah. I mean, unless you get abducted by like a spy or something. But...
Well, as I understand, like you can, like it is legal.
Well, all North Koreans by default are like South Korean citizens, or basically like at birth, or some like weird technicality like that. So, but they just can't leave.
That shit's baller, dude. One time,
I wonder if there's like a tunnel, like if they've tried to tunnel their way
oh, I'm sure there's something.
out.
Oh,
So Starlink doesn't work in North Korea.
right. And um, do they use uh like I thought like normal cell phone like a normal cell phone won't work there either. But let me look that up.
Probably.
What kind of cell
I mean,
phones do they have in
well,
North Korea? I mean, maybe like Samsung works because that's like South Korea. North Korea utilizes a mix of state branded smartphones and imported Chinese devices, all operating on a heavily censored, government controlled Android ecosystem. Most devices are essentially rebranded Chinese OEM hardware from manufacturers like ZTE, Huawei, or generic producers and have to be shipped to North Korea to have a custom restrictive operating system installed. So they have like it seems like it wouldn't work out of the box, but you could get it to work if you did some changes to it.
I think yeah, they maybe like smuggle in phones and stuff, probably.
Yeah, have you ever seen that one? I mean, she's pretty hot. That one North Korean chick on Joe Rogan.
No.
She kind of looks like an alien. It's like I think
What did she talk about?
it's been a long time and I didn't watch the whole thing, but she just basically talks about life there, and
Did she escape?
I believe so. I mean, she was on Joe Rogan, so yeah.
Yeah, Yeonmi Park.
Yeah, that lady. They had a thing. I think it. Okay, so um, there's this girl, Lisa Ling, I believe her name is. She had a sister who was working for some uh, some like non-governmental organization, and the NGO ended up um, what did they do? They did something to her. They like captured her, and it was like this huge ordeal. I want to say that was North Korea because she was doing like a. Oh, look who it is! Zoot.
See, we're talking about North Korea.
They should make our world.
What?
I think North Korea should just make the whole world and we should all live in. I think you and I should get a nuclear bunker and just be the last people on Earth.
I don't think North Korea could nuke the whole world, but It's kind of cringe.
Zoot, we've been waiting on you. Where did you go?
The whole world.
Zoot, I told Riser all about Brendan Schaub and the Tiger Belly information. Oh, it wasn't Bad Friends podcast. It was Tiger Belly, and then I told him about Tiger Thick whiskey, thick with 3 C's.
Did you tell him who the World Comedy national finalists were for South Australia in 2011?
Was it James McCann?
That was the year before.
Oh, that Chinese guy? Or
no, he's not South Australian.
Who was it?
It was Tom Gamble. In 2012, Amos Kill. 2013, Demi Lardner. 2014, Mark Ryan. 2015, some guy called Nick. 2016, Lewis Graham. 2017, I can't remember.
Who is that Asian guy? Maybe he's not Chinese. Who's that Asian guy? Zoo, he's your favorite comedian. Zoo, what's his name?
Aaron Chan.
Oh, yeah. Is he Chinese?
Yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to Aaron Chan. Zoo thinks you're very funny. I think you're okay. And that's cool. Are people from Tasmania funny, Zoo?
That added, you know what they added to Fortnite?
Crocodile Dundee skin.
Star Wars.
All right, can you...
David Mouse.
What?
David.
No, they canceled the David skin. Imagine how they hear me out, Raza. If they got the David skin, if David got his skin in Fortnite before, imagine. Hear me out.
Hear him out.
Hear me out.
Hear him out.
Just imagine every 14, 15-year-old running around with a David skin coat. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
Wouldn't be the
definitely not insulting to the victims at all.
That'd be the rarest skin in Fortnite. They have David got his emotion though, and they can give a refunds for the emotion.
Zoo, what are your thoughts on clavicular? What are your thoughts on clavicular? Some people say that he is the James Dean of comedy of New Jersey. What are your thoughts?
I think clavicular is okay. I think clavicular is just embodying something that was, I think clavicular is embodying something that's, from 15 years ago that was popular.
Okay.
I think clavicular is just embodying something that was popular 15 years old that is just now become more popular because we're in a viral age.
Okay. Do you think clavicular is good at bullshit?
You want to play bullshit?
That is if Riser wants to play.
Yeah, right after the Match Monsters tournament.
Okay, so are you gonna finally beat Zoot? Well,
And
you
the Dice Party tournament.
dice
And
part.
then the official Match Monsters non-warm-up game tournament, and then the official Dice Party non-warm-up game tournament.
Doug, ain't nobody got time for that. I've got a podcast in like 6 hours. I gotta be ready.
Highest rated shows of 2016. You know what the highest rated show is?
Stranger Things.
No, that's not even on the list.
Oh, because it's last year.
Because it sucks.
Is it the NFL?
Oh no, Stranger Things is actually. Oh no, Stranger Things. Sorry, Stranger Things Tales from 85 is on 8.
What's Tales from '85?
It's a cartoon set between season 2 and 3.
Zoot, do you get all of your information from Instagram?
Do you know what the highest, the high at 9.10? What's the highest rated TV show?
Let us guess.
Definitely.
Breaking Bad.
Sorry? No, just came out this year. Darth Maul Star Wars.
What?
Okay, is it Darth Maul Star Wars? I bet it's Darth Maul Star Wars. Am I right?
Yeah.
Where would I even watch that?
Disney Plus.
Oh.
How about?
What up, baby?
What do you think people would look like in film?
They'll be like my offspring, so something like the way that I look.
Do you think people would be of today would be
Do I think people today will be covering their microphone like people? Do I think people in 1,000 years will be covering their microphone like you do today? Yo, Zoot, are you gonna speak? Dog, I can't understand what you're saying, Zoot. Did he just stop talking?
Yep. Anyway, Rabbi,
What up, Zoot?
will you ever come back to Earth?
Zoot, you've got to ask questions that are like normal.
If you had the option to go to another planet, would you come back to Earth?
Can I have sex? Dude, it's the same answer that I give you every time you ask this question. Can I have sex with alien pussy? I don't know why this question takes you so long to answer.
Yes.
All right. Is it more pleasurable on the other planet than it is on Earth?
Yeah.
Then I would not want to come back.
It's more frequent.
It's more frequent.
Yeah.
What's more frequent?
Sexual attraction and sexual activity.
All right. So it sounds good to me, dog.
Do you watch Frozen? Yeah. Which is the best movie out of these?
I like how you ask that question and then don't say anything.
What's better? No White and the Seven Dwarfs or The Lion King?
Probably, I don't know, Lion King?
So, Dice Party.
Yeah. Raza, what's the best Disney movie? What's the worst Disney movie?
I don't know, I'd have to see a list.
Probably Pete's Dragon, by the way.
Why is Pete's Dragon, in your opinion, the worst?
That movie sucks.
Okay, but why?
It's just a bad reboot. It just doesn't hold to the original.
What's the original?
Right? The dragon's not in a forest. In modern times, I don't know, it's that movie. Rise of Rome. That is a bad role.
What did I do with this?
Roll a small strip. I just got to fucking you. Rabbi, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Dude, none of that, dude.
I'm gonna roll 5 6s right here.
Dude, that's never gonna happen.
Fuck. Oh wait. Fuck, that's a good roll. Rabbi, beating Raza.
What was it?
Raza. Raza, do you believe in an afterlife?
I've told you this answer before.
Yes.
No.
Why do you believe?
Reincarnation. You can never escape.
Did I just roll a 5? Oh, fuck. How did that happen? Is that the luckiest roll?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Get a lot of strength. You don't need to lock it in, you can just buy it.
Actually, I didn't know that. See, you're losing right now. Just so you know, you are losing to a dice party.
Am I losing? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You just got enough strength.
I didn't.
6, 5. Hey, Rabbi.
What up, Zoo?
Open mics tomorrow night, but I'm not performing.
You are
Why
posting.
the hell not?
Sorry?
Oh, you wanted to be a comedian, dude.
No, but you can only perform every 2 weeks. Unless they've got not many people. That girl I've been talking to should be there though. You jealous?
Zoo, what did you say about that girl performing? Or that crow's gonna watch you perform?
Who's gonna be there tomorrow?
And are you gonna perform?
No, she's gonna perform.
Topless?
No.
Okay. I mean,
You didn't put that in the 4X?
Why'd I put that 12 in the 4X? It's like a really low 4X.
Wait, what the fuck? I can't put my ones here? What the fuck?
Reach and put ones.
In the one box?
You already done that.
Oh, fuck.
You can do the 3 times. It's a really low 3 times.
This fucking thing confuses me.
I just rolled 3 6s. Rabbi,
What up, baby?
I just rolled 5 5s.
Rise, are you gonna get him?
Maybe.
Zoot, did you know that Riser said that dice games don't need warm-up games because you don't have to warm up dice?
Yeah, cool.
So that was a horrible one.
Scoreboard.
There you go, Zoot. Zoot, you like that? Zoot, you like that comeback, don't you?
He just rolled the worst roll I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, but you like that comeback, don't you?
God, let me place fucking numbers down. Even though I haven't placed this fucking die.
5 times. Play the 5 times. Play the 5 times.
Yeah, this game's bullshit.
I'm gonna win.
Now I'm gonna roll 5, 6, and 3.
You need to roll the 5 times. Even if you roll 5 times, you can't win.
See? Wow, this game. Wow, lucky asshole. GG. So, would you immigrate to North Korea if you had the opportunity?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think North Korea is that bad if you have money.
Yeah, no, if you're in the top 1%, sure.
But let me look at a picture of North Korea. Would you rather South Korea or North Korea?
North. It's not bad if you're Kim Jong-un.
North Korea doesn't look that bad.
In what regard?
The worst places you can be to North Korea.
Barely.
Sorry?
Barely. Like, maybe in fucking Guantanamo Bay.
I don't think North Korea is that bad.
Dog, it is probably the worst place. One of the worst places.
Hong Kong looks pretty cool. Taiwan might be bad.
Hong Kong's baller as fuck.
I don't know, Palestine might be pretty bad right now. Would you rather be in North Korea or Palestine?
I thought Palestine wasn't a country.
I don't want to get into that debate.
Okay.
What about Russia?
Oh, Russia's on easy mode. I'd be bunk mates with that with Norden. Alright, I'm gonna crash out.
Ditto, dog.
Hey,
it was a pleasure beating you in everything we played tonight. Take care, big dog.
You too.
Hey, what are we watching tomorrow?
I don't know. We'll see.
Cocaine Cowboys. Cocaine Cowboys, baby.
Yeah, maybe that.
Peace out, big man.
Maybe that.
Shout out to Riser. Shout out to Zoot.
And I'm like, what next? Blowjob? Cousin Alzheimer.
There you go, Tuesday Thomas.
Tuesday Thomas.
In what could be one of the most incredible jokes that we've ever heard. I almost thought that was going to be your entire minute, was the Wonder Woman joke. Jeremiah had a full-blown spit take for those of you that missed it. It wasn't even really the punchline. It was mostly the 20-second stare down you gave us afterwards. Jeremiah already has an impression of it. Tuesday, is that your real name? You seem more like a Sunday to me.
No, I'm Tuesday.
Why Tuesday?
Because I was born on Thursday.
Oh, that makes sense.
Tuesday, well, the actress.
How long have you been on stand-up?
It's been 4 years now.
Interesting. What made you want to get into it?
I really don't know. It was the thing to do. It's where I wanted to go. It's where I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to do.
Shows before. Shout out to Tuesday. She runs a great show called Freak Show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's she runs shows at these crazy places. The Clown House. You guys ever heard of the Clown House?
I guess that you'd
And there's
be in
a place
called
called-
the Clown
yeah.
House, actually.
And a place called the California Institute for Abnormal Arts.
It's a wild place. It's in Van Nuys, right?
No, it's in NoHo. It's
Pat, I didn't realize you were in
It's got all these like memorabilia of like dead people.
It's got 3 legit.
Is she one of the memorabilia of dead people that's at the place?
I've actually met you there, I think. I actually been to that place. That place is insane.
They're great.
Yeah.
That's so cool. What do you do for work?
I do a little bit. I edit stuff for people. I clean houses. I walk dogs. I dog sit. You know, the typical LA dream.
Can I ask you a non sequitur question, but something I'd be interested to hear you talk about on stage? What were you doing in like the early '90s?
Was I doing it in the early 90s? I was a bartender in clubs in New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you ever do porn?
No.
Okay. Tuesday Thomas is like a great porn name.
Yeah.
Like Tuesday Thomas just sounds like it works at the Bunny Ranch.
She didn't.
No.
Sunset Thomas.
Sunset Thomas. That's what I'm thinking. Sorry.
She didn't. So,
What is a crazy gig that you've done before?
oh my gosh. Put me on the spot here. A crazy gig that I have done. Yeah, like job, like,
Is Tuesday your mom or something, Pat? Like you're really trying to help her out on
my
this.
friend!
I'm trying to. She seemed to have blank out right there, and I was like, "Job." I just thought it was trigger.
Did you know Alzheimer's can cause blowjobs?
Anyway, no, I didn't know that. And I don't see why that's funny. I don't know why other people laugh. Did I miss something?
It was the stare.
Yeah, it's always that stare. Do you do that after, how much material do you think you have?
I have done 35 straight through.
Is it all that same energy?
Yeah.
15 of it is staring.
Looking deeply into the souls of people.
Yeah.
Just
You
sit there until they
own
laugh.
that look.
Thank you.
But I mean, I always am going to say this, and it's not maybe the best note to give anyone who's not doing it very long, but like, I always want to know more about like the real you. Like a picture tells 1,000 words, and that face you make is fucking novel. Like I want to know. I want to get deep into it, and that's the thing. When you pick apart and take off the Band-Aid, I kind of fucking want to know. And,
Right.
You know.
Oh, I got that
Like
crazy.
you covered the Wonder Woman thing, and it did good, and then you changed direction a little bit. Like, so you know when you do that Wonder Woman joke, and they wonder if I'm a woman. You know what you look like.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
know
I was on
that
Botch.
And you know that's.
I was on Botch.
Well, here we go.
Fucking serious?
Yeah.
Why would you fucking talk about this?
We're
Well,
immediately
because,
getting
I mean,
somewhere.
I do, but it goes longer into things,
okay.
you know. I mean, I have a minute here.
Stephen Bochco's like TV show.
No, it's a
0
Botch.
for 17 for those of you keeping track of your Pat Reagan bingo card of the night. 0 for 17. We are keeping tally here at all
That's
times. We have an entire board
That's the interesting
of
stuff.
analytics.
I mean, I'm listening to you now, and I'm interested.
I was on Botch, and then I had
the other shit. When you came out like a fucking animal, you know, I looked away when you stared at me, and I don't think that's a good angle for people to not fucking look at you.
What you did is you took what people were thinking and threw it in their face.
Yeah.
what would be maybe another approach is take what people are thinking, address it, and get them to laugh about it.
Like talk what's behind that scarf. You know, what are you hiding behind that?
Your nipples were rock hard.
I know, that's what I'm talking about.
Cold in here.
Like the first thing I saw, I was like, you literally transitioned into your tits perfectly.
Yeah.
I was like,
that on purpose?
That Wonder Woman joke is so good that it would work even if it was almost a throwaway.
Thank you.
I mean, you don't have to fucking shove it in their mouth. In the mouth.
Yeah, I'm always...
The first time a guy has ever said I don't have to shove something in his mouth. Ever.
What happened on Botched? Good question.
Well, it's funny because on Botched, I had facial surgery a long time ago, and then it was fucked up really bad, and I went through probably about $20,000 worth of many surgeries to get it like this. And it's still...
What did they fuck? What was the original reason for getting face surgery the first time?
I had gotten a divorce, and I felt really bad about myself, and I wanted to freshen up. And I listened to some people who said, oh yeah, I know these great doctors that are really kind of inexpensive, but they're really good in Mexico.
Oh my God. Why are you not? This is fucking gold.
That's what I did. Yeah, and it was horrible. I mean, I was like swollen up, and my cheeks were like way up to here for like years, and I had to get all this stuff.
Staring at you the way you were fucking staring at us. And that's
I can handle it though.
No, but that's what I mean. But what I mean is, yeah, now we're like, fucking tell us more.
And then after I went on Botched, after all this, and the Botched didn't do any surgery because I already had, you know, they really couldn't do anything at this point because I already had those other surgeries. But I also had triple D breast implants in that were silicone, and last year they exploded and poisoned me.
Whoa. Oh,
and I almost died from that.
You are fucking...
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know,
like a pretty Frankenstein.
Thank you. And then, you know, I remember like a couple nights before I went into surgery, I had been talking to this guy online, you know, like maybe we could, you know, meet and have coffee or dinner or something after I heal and stuff. He's like, well, can you send me a pic of them before they take them out? I'd really like to see them.
Jesus.
I know, and I was like, well, you know, I've had 2 miscarriages in my life. Would you like to see pics of that too?
Oh, you
really?
Pictures of your miscarriage?
I'd love to see
They have a Facebook page.
Yeah, man, who here wants to see a picture of a miscarriage, huh? Make some fucking noise.
Well, I thought I'd get more likes.
I think they're seeing one now.
And then,
that's it. Okay, I think what I think we're all agreeing on is that you should. I like that angle of you being honest with us in your 1 minute and opening up. That'll draw us as comics in more to what you're talking about.
And have you always wanted to be on TV, or did you want to be an actress?
Yeah, I do.
So it's like I finally got on TV. Unfortunately, it was the TV show Botched.
Right. Well, I've been on other things as well, so that,
like what?
The Botched was... Well, I've done, like, music videos, like I was in a Death Cab for Cutie video and a bunch of stuff like that. And then I was in Walk of Shame, Shut Off, which is...
Oh, I said they based the Jim Carrey movie The Mask off of your story.
That's fine, as long as you don't mean the Cher movie Mask when Rocky Dennis.
Oh,
that's right. Could be either one.
I really want to hear more about your Mexico trip.
What happened to the Mexican doctors?
They're still down there. There's no records. Yeah, labs.
That's a TV show. You go down there and you blow your tits up right in their face.
Yeah,
so you went for triple D, and then what you go to then?
No, this is natural now.
Is your areolas okay now? Or
no, they had gone underneath.
Well, they hid during the explosion.
Yeah.
Taking cover.
Yeah, they're gone.
Get there, they look like they're gonna blow.
They're gonna blow any
She was in Mexico.
That's a fucking great joke. Tuesday. We have to move on. Tuesday Thomas. There she goes, everybody. So nice to meet you. Come back again. She's on Twitter. Mama. Mama warned me. All one word.
You don't need.
assholes get shade 24/7. We have moved on to the part of the show where our two regulars go up. If we have any time afterwards, maybe we'll pull one name out of the bucket. Going up first tonight, you know her as the regular from Kiltony. She is always working out a new minute here, writing and performing it every single week. Put your hands together for her. It's Melissa Esslinger.
I went to a sex shop the other day. I don't know what I said. That's okay. I needed some chapstick. Right there. Anyway, when I was checking out, they asked me if I had a rewards card. But every time people ask me that, I'm like, I'm not sure. Let me give you my number. So but no, I didn't have one. I noticed that there aren't any shopping carts in a sex shop. You'd be buying a lot of stuff. It'd be weird if they had like a Costco for both dildos. You'd get like a drum of lube. Dude, I didn't know you had a keg. Oh man, that's KY, baby. Yeah, there you go. That's like that.
There you go, 53 seconds. Good towards the middle. I mean, you started self-destructing 3 seconds in, and you sort of fought it off, which is a new thing. It's good to see you try to, there was a regular, she just started 6 months ago, and normally when she would tail spin like that, there'd be no recovery, but it's fun to see you be able to go oh fuck, that didn't work, shit. Still, you did it, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I am a fan of recovering out of the tail spin and being able to continue on, which is a new thing. It seems like a new muscle.
What was it? Was there something with the phone number that we didn't get, or
No, I mean, I kind of just messed it all up. Like, I didn't even say the quote.
What really happened?
I just chuckled when she asked if I had a rewards card, and then.
Well, there's probably something there you could write.
Yeah.
Something about giving your phone number or something.
Oh, and I wanted to talk about, because you know how at every store, like when you swipe your card, there's like a million questions that it asks, and I feel never mind. I'll do that on my own time. No, I feel like it's like 20 questions or something, and whenever I'm shopping at a normal store, I'm like, geez, it's like asking me what I had for breakfast this morning. And so in a sex shop, I'm like, did you come yet? Like, sorry.
I mean, it's definitely a good world. I mean, there's so much funny stuff there.
Especially
shopping cart.
Yeah, the shopping cart you were getting somewhere. You were getting in your style, in your zone. A little awkward, but a funny thing to acknowledge. I don't ever think of shopping carts anywhere in the way that you say that'd be a lot of stuff.
Like the only shopping carts there that homeless used to get there. Just there's some crazy shit with shopping carts.
Yeah.
And maybe they sell them as.
Did you get chapstick? Did you really?
I did.
You really went there to get chapstick?
I didn't go there to get chapstick. I did. I'm unemployed now.
What kind of chapstick is it? A sex shop?
They're old. They taste like cherries. They do have that.
So you're like, I'm gonna go get some chapstick.
That's no. I didn't want. I wanted to buy something, but I didn't need anything. So.
I like the inner dialogue. I like when you were talking about the shopping cart. I like that your inner dialogue almost was the way you were telling the punchline, because you were shaking and stammering so much. You're like, a lot of stuff. Like, it's a neat way to deliver a punchline, or at least to deliver a tag and go, or a way to, like I went to sex shop to get Carmax. I'm not fucking lying. And then, or like whatever you do, I like it. The nervousness is an interesting angle of delivering. I think guessing the nervousness is genuine.
Yeah. You should have made the chapstick a black guy though.
Okay.
I'm going on me.
21. So, I think we did think, you have to, chisel it out.
And really work on your breathing. I mean, just chill, because you got to realize we're all in this together. No one is hoping you tank.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just got to go up there and know that they're with you on your little ride.
And your sorries and your don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
It means dog shit to us.
Yeah.
It means a little less like nothing.
Your writing's
Always
great.
will.
So just deliver it as good as it is.
And slow down in your writing too, because I guarantee you, I've been to a lot of sex shops, and they always
That's why we met.
Yeah.
What's the chapstick for this guy?
They always say, can I help you find something?
Yeah.
And that's the almost uncomfortable question
And
ever.
they ask you for the name of the person that helped you. Because she was like, did anybody help you today? I was like, this lady said hi.
No, I'm lonely. I'm in a sex shop.
But if you went to a sex shop and they go, can I help you find something? You're like, I'm looking for chapstick. They'd be like, sure. Like, they wouldn't buy that. They'd be like, what are you really looking for? And you're like, fucking a can.
Fucking a can.
I bought fucking a can in Miami.
Is it like put your dick flashlight?
Put your dick. I thought it was going to be a vagina, but
You
it
do
was
that with a Coke can, you can save like $14.
no, it was a Kieran can. And instead of having a pussy, it had a mouth. And it just looked at me when I got back to my room like, don't do it, man. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. Not cool. Not cool.
Melissa, we just it's another night where it's just sort of back to the one root thing with you. You're a special type of creature, so it just all gets back to lose the apologies, lose the I didn't need to say that. The blah-blah-blah. It doesn't protect you. It doesn't save you. Just keep reinforcing the fact that it's better to just say nothing than to say sorry or I don't know why.
Because the audience doesn't know that something
Right.
isn't funny unless you tell them. It
Until you
can
say-
always still be a setup.
Sorry,
Yeah.
4 seconds
Yeah.
in, and then they're going, oh, I didn't know what was happening, but now I know she's not doing good 4 seconds in.
Yeah.
That she's apologizing and panicking, and they don't need to know that. They don't care. It doesn't matter to them. And then nobody's going to go, I wasn't going to laugh at something if it was funny because she didn't apologize about that first 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So you just move on. Pat?
And the rapid anti-Semitism, I think, was a little much.
That's 24, 0 for 24 for those of you keeping 24 were
Rampant.
Melissa,
He's committing to the bit, though.
again, one of the hardest jobs in the world, writing and performing a brand new minute every single week. There she goes, Melissa Esslinger. She's on Twitter, a bunch of things, at Melissa Esslinger, Eslinger. Here we are, one left, and then there was one. She is the other regular on the show, always cool, always fun. Vanessa Johnston, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I don't know if you've looked out your window recently, but people are exploding in the name of God. Religious extremists, man. They're everywhere. They're under your bed. They see you when you're sleeping. They make absolutely no fucking sense in any religion. They're like, God is omniscient and omnipotent. There is no one more powerful than He. He can do whatever, however He wants at any time. And I'm His helper. What? Well, you see, sometimes God can't do the stuff that He really wants to, so He leans on me, Sally, elementary school dropout, His trusty sidekick. God's leaning on you? God needs you. No, He fucking doesn't. I have an idea. Go back to your job at a cash-registered Arby's and stick to your Bible crossword puzzles. You're making God look like a pussy.
Vanessa Johnston, ladies and gentlemen. You have a great premise there. You do.
But don't you think it seems like it's like she's doing a one-man play or something?
Well, I definitely think that seemed like a one-man play, but that's not what a premise is, Brian. A premise is the performance.
Didn't you feel like that whole performance seemed very playish, like she's looking out a window or something?
Totally.
Like, the name of that play would be I Hate People.
I mean,
Do you hate people, Vanessa? Yes.
It's a very common thing. How long have you been at stand-up again?
10 months?
10 months, right. Such a common thing, super common. We were all guilty of it, of having long setups. And then by the time you really get to like meat and potatoes or something, we're already sort of like, you know what I mean? Everybody's attention spans are garbage.
That's not your voice. That's a not normal sounding
Don't
voice.
need to do that. The whole premise that you're talking about is, who the fuck are these people blowing themselves up to think they're so special that they're God's little helpers?
Yeah.
And that should be your first line of the joke, just like that.
Well, I would jump even ahead of that, and this is just me, but like at 10 months in, I wouldn't try to tackle.
Act out.
No, I wouldn't try to tackle such a big subject.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm being serious when I say like religious fanaticism and religion, and I wasn't sure if you were talking about Christians or Muslims?
I know, I thought that was confusing. It was first Muslims, and then I was like, I'm not going to do a Middle Eastern act out, like, because I'm, you know what I mean?
Can you please?
Jeremiah's so good at that. You're so good at your act outs. How long did it take for you to get, like, comfortable with your voices?
That's just something that I, like, have been doing since a little kid, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, like, they're like, because I feel like I got relatively comfortable with one-liners, and I was like, okay, this is, you know, like, obviously it's hard writing new ones, but I'm like, I'm comfortable here. It's like, now I'm starting to go to act outs, and it, like, it's funny because, like, I do well in crowds I'm comfortable around, but then crowds I'm not as comfortable
It's
with
not
here.
for everybody.
I wouldn't skip it. I would skip the act outs. Just be your voice talking about whatever you want to talk about.
I'm better at that.
I found it very interesting. I was just picturing you like teaching a class down at county prison.
Imagine how many people would be jerking off in that class, huh?
I was.
Yeah, but see, like an act out, if you don't do an act out, it can be misleading. Like if I was like, so last night I'm having sex, I'm on top, and the other person's like, hey man, put it in my ass. You're like, hold on, is that a dude or is that a chick?
Right.
So you need to do the act. The act out is imperative when you're doing that, only because, you know, and you can also say, I'm not going to do the racist Middle Eastern accent or whatever.
And also,
And you
just
can
don't
also
forget
just
the.
get to it quicker because it's. I mean, all the other shit was confusing, but
Very
the
important.
initial premise, I understood that everyone wants to blow themselves up.
Yeah, but you gotta get, if you're gonna take on something that's not about you, you have to hit the premise from the very beginning. And again, the overall thing that we find with this show, every comedian, every episode, is we want to know more about you and your outlook on terrorism and all that. Like, I've been doing this every night for 9 years continuously, sometimes 3 spots a night. Right now, I'm taking on movie theater shootings, and I have the definitive movie theater shooting bit because I'm a badass motherfucker. But my point with that is I couldn't do that at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. It's now, you know what I mean? I'm to the point to where I know that I can own that for 10 minutes. Anyway.
Okay. Thanks, Adam.
Vanessa Johnson, there she goes. Ryan J. Evo with tonight's drawing. Look at that. That happened while you were sitting here. Unfucking believable. RyanJEvo.com. There's a print of every single show that Ryan J. Evo's ever been to available there. You can buy that print. Pat Reagan's Patty Reagan, Jeremiah Watkins.
Jeremiah, stand up.
You guys have gigs coming up. Bert Kreischer and Kurt Fox. One more time for them, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think, guys? What's happening? Anything else? The Machine?
Nope.
Tornado?
When's this air?
Right now.
Portland. I'm there tomorrow night and Thursday night.
Awesome.
Yep. Showtime special April 1st is sold out, so that's it. We're done. Yep.
Kurt Fox.
Rush Hour Thursday night.
Yeah.
10 o'clock.
CBS?
CBS. Detective Asshole.
I love it.
Premieres Thursday. Oh, you're in Rush Hour? Yes, I am.
Yes.
Why do you think I just kind of lean back?
God damn it, man.
Nashville, everything coming up. Thank you, live audience, and good night. Enjoying a delicious glass of Mangria man cocktail from Adam Carolla's company. How delicious it is! I absolutely love it. It's actually really good. Yeah, I know. It's like sangria, but it's like twice the amount of alcohol in like a bottle of wine. You're a man. So I like Grangria. Wow, it's like grandma Mangria. It's just fruit juice. In-house band is always a lot of fun stuff happening with you guys. Love working with you. Big news, Jeremiah Watkins, one half of Reagan and Watkins, announced today that he is getting married.
I'm very disappointed. So is your flashlight memory? Yeah, both of them.
Cheating on one, fleshlight with the other. Saxophone?
Of course.
You're naked at saxophone? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, already bailing to the saxophone character. We got Jamie Vernon on the HD camera in the back, everybody. Everyone, Charles over here. Make sure you track him down after the show on the patio. Make sure he shows it to you. That's Ryan J. Bell, the house artist, also the creator of the new Kiltony poster that people are buying all around the world. We just had a shipment to North Korea. We have a fan in North Korea, so that's the type of it's going to be part of the interview.
Just Kiltony.
Yeah, he's our number one fan. Thank you. Anyway, tonight's new Tony. So congratulations on getting married, Jeremiah. That's very exciting. You guys are the best.
Engaged right now. Yeah, it's gonna be a long game. Yeah, we got to sign up for another 10 years too. That's one. Yeah.
Can I ask why the fuck you guys are dressed like that? Is this like are they revamping White Men Can't Jump because of the same audition?
We're just trying to be more castable, Tony.
It always works well when you nervously squeeze your water bottle. There you go. There they are. So, you guys know it, you love it, you're here. You guys ready to meet tonight's guests or what? Two of the best of this show, two of my favorite comedians, two of my favorite human beings. Put your hands together for the great Morgan Murphy and Sam Triple. Triple and Murphy and Triple. I'm excited about this.
Sounds like a great law firm.
Yeah, Jamie Law, for sure, right? Yeah.
Irish. Taking over law.
Welcome back to the show, guys. What do you think about the new band?
So you got rid of the fucking robot guy?
Yeah, that was like a year and a half ago.
It's just another fucking dude out on Hollywood Boulevard trying to make $1. Fucking J for box wine. That's what it's congratulations. I will give you. You know what? I'll get you a gift in 10 years in. 10 years in, I'm gonna buy you a wedding gift. Thanks for the fake, bro.
I always feel sort of grateful that I don't play an instrument because I definitely within a year of comedy would become a musical comedian because I would have been like, I forgot to write today, but I can't play this.
Well, that's their entire world.
We never write. We're songwriters. People will be singing our songs for decades to come. Gosh, more artists than comedians.
Yes, you are.
Sad survive. Over the years, like, even with the top fucking guys who play sax, right, man? Eventually, it just die off.
Trust me, he's getting married, so they are about to stop fucking. Oh, I got this one. It's the one song you know on saxophone.
You're the hardest working dude I know. You're my walk. He's everywhere. He is like the Where's Waldo of comedy. You just gotta find him on every poster. He's everywhere. You hustle, dude. Thanks, man. You do.
He's with us here tonight, and you guys ready to party or what? Tonight, get full and do 60 seconds on stage and then talk to our guests about everything that we saw. Comedians, you get 60 seconds. You know your time's up and you got the sound of the kitty. Alright, that means wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. I know him.
Is that a bear at top or a bottom? Top bear.
Depends on the
Top bear? You had brunch with the bear.
I had brunch with that bear, yeah. Good to eat well.
You guys ready to get this party started or what? Actually, know this young lady, very, very funny, rising comedian. We're going to go for Christine Madrano.
Hey everyone, I guess this is really exciting for me. I started dating a DJ. It's exciting since I've never been cheated on before. But he does have like the body of like an Adonis, of like a Norse Adonis. But he didn't, on our second day, he did bring me flowers and he was like, listen, I don't have a lot of money, I just want to show you that I care. And I was like, oh my god. You don't have to spend money on me to show me that you care. If you want to show me that you care, like, just let me go through your phone. Key to my heart is the passcode to your phone. I was trying to get my grandma into House of Cards. We're watching season 1 of House of Cards. It was on one scene where Kevin Spacey goes on to Kate Mara. My grandma turned to me and she was like, what is he doing to her? And I was like, oh my god, no one has ever gone down on my grandma. Anyone deserves it is that moment. She's had 10 kids. Someone please go down on my grandma.
How long have you been stand-up? Worship. How's it going for you?
4 years. 4 years. 4
How's it going?
Okay.
Let me get this right. You're Latina, right? What are you?
I'm half Filipino and like my mom's from like Guyana.
So you're other? Okay. You're Latina? I mean, you're other? You're a woman, and you can write really good jokes. Why are you on this fucking show right now? You should be giving Red Band advice on how to write funny. You're really fucking funny, man. I'm very you are. I mean, just for me, you're one of the best I've seen. Dude, everyone's done really well, but were at.
One of my favorite parts of your performance was actually sometimes when you're up here, the guests forget to move the microphone away from their mouth when you laugh, and then you gave a really. Does anybody ever told you, Sam, you laugh like a clown horn? Very powerful. The podcast listeners with the most headphones are going to really love that. There it is. It's a mic horn. Sam, stop laughing. Well, that's fun, Christine. Like, how you survive it? What's that? Like, you're 4 years in, everybody knows that around here that you're, a very funny comedian.
Yeah. How am I surviving? Like, my job?
Yeah.
I have, like, a shitty, day job.
Yeah, what's that?
I work at Google and YouTube.
That's a shitty job.
I just like office work.
Now you're an asshole.
It's like, whatever.
No, a shitty job is roofing.
I know. It's a shitty job. I did, like,
I'm the valet for Persians. That's a shitty fucking job. Oh my God! Talk about the hard years.
How many older, more successful male comedians have you blown and then they stop talking to you?
Zero, actually.
I was much farther along. I thought you were fantastic.
Oh, she's the best. Yeah, that's fun.
Don't blow your heroes.
That's my action t-shirt.
That's what I always say to the young ladies when they ask me what I'm doing. Don't blow your heroes. You'll be fine. Write for an hour a day. Keep your heroes' dicks out your mouth.
You've been opening on the road for anyone? You've been doing any cool gigs lately?
I mean, I just have a cool house show so far, but no, I've not been. I went on the road once. It was a shitty tour with 3 other guys.
When you say house show,
My shit.
Yeah, exactly.
where was that at?
We went up the coast to Alabama, I don't know, Oregon.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we did 2 days.
What nationality were the other 2 girls?
They were dudes. I was the only girl on it, and they were all Asian. It was this guy thing. He was we're gonna have an Asian tour. You should come. And I was all right.
So you're Filipino?
Filipino half, yeah.
When are you working karaoke at your ass?
Not yet. We have to work on it.
Did it have an Asian name? Was it Comedy Invasion?
Yeah. It's they almost
folded or something.
Good fried rice or something like that. Very clever name like that.
They're just completely racist. What was it called?
almost Asian.
Almost Asian?
Comedy tour.
Waka Waka.
Oh, shit. So that's
There's not any more than the actual names of shows. What shit?
Asians, man, there's the most racist fucking name.
Yeah.
saying I love the military. They're good guys. All right, now that I said that, I don't think it's necessary to go to your favorite restaurants in total battle-ready attire. I mean, like, I get it. Like, you may just come from fucking Fallujah right now, but there's not a battle against chicken nuggets in the fucking back right now. There's not one girl saying, oh, does that guy have a frag grenade?
There might be.
I mean, I understand some girls look like a guy in uniform, but I mean, that wouldn't work for every fucking profession. Like, my friend's a pizza guy, but I wouldn't see him going after work in his attire like, shit, ask a girl, hey, baby, you want me to stuff your crust? Go for a pizza joke, I don't know. I just feel like you guys look like pizza. Audience. My girlfriend,
But yeah, that's when it started. That's how old I was when I started. It takes a real set of balls to be a 22-year-old that dresses like a 55-year-old New York Knicks. Oh, CBD, what's up?
I didn't do an Italian joke this time, not one, just a P.
Yeah, you didn't do any jokes. Oh, and then your head bounces off that ball. It's really Josh keeps lowering that ball every week just to drive us a little crazy. CDT, let's talk about it. Maybe going after the military right from the get maybe isn't the best thing.
No, I was actually going over my head. If I went up right now, what am I going to say? But also,
right, you're like, fuck the military. Fuck our heroes. Fuck people that fight for us.
I'm not really doing anything.
Why can't you change the bathroom at the airport?
But my dad's, you know,
You're sloppy as fuck. So they're kind of doing something. But my whole thing is like, why open with that kind of ass-kissing kind of thing with, I love the military, because now we know what's coming, and half the point of a joke is surprise, and now we see that you're going to go out and shit on it. Why not just go, if you really believe it, say it, and go for it, instead of send it up, because it just, to use an Italian term, kneecapped your whole fucking joke, and it just kind of,
The audience vicious.
And that's something that I told Tony a long time ago. It's like, you gotta cut the fat, man. You got way too much fat in that joke.
It's clearly laundry day. Maybe he put his jokes in the wash. You go with the open softball jersey. You got the Italian horn. I mean, you are just like, you are straight out of the wrong still right there.
I wore that because I spilled something on the back of my shirt while I was cooking.
A little bit of blood.
Let's see what you will look up without the shirt. Do it. It works much better. You're like a fat guy walks around in FUBU. We know you're not working out, dude. It's normal, dude. You're getting sensitive. I can tell you're getting really sensitive.
I'm just totally taking this.
I think if you fucking work at trimming the fucking fat stuff crust pizza, you cut them down, you have some good premises. There's some funny stuff.
There's definitely something there, but you just gotta get right into it. You gotta go, look, I love the military, but why are they going to restaurants? You shouldn't be allowed to go to your restaurants, blah, blah, blah. And then fucking flip it, you gotta dig deep. I mean, obviously, you're talking about like the first thing that you thought of when you sat down to write about it, instead of like, I don't know, what do you think of the people that are fighting wars over in Iraq are dressed like fucking, Foot Locker employees or something like that? I mean, you just dig into it, flip it around, and fucking figure out if it's funny. Because, I don't know.
You got a great stage presence already for 22, which is half the battle right there. Now you just gotta cut down. It's like, you gotta make your jokes laser fine to what you're trying to say. I don't know, you're kind of all over the place.
How long have you been on stand-up?
On and off about a year. When you're off, what are you doing?
I was doing bartending and I talked to the microphones. I was doing bartending and I actually just ended up quitting that. I was just getting enough hours for that military joke. Like, I was like, I don't need this job.
I feel like you were just combed out of your skull when you were up. You and Jimmy Vance were sitting in the back. Tommy Fingers came in with a 8-ball, and you guys just gagged out. You just started writing. I think you got to do less off, more on. And just do it because you're really funny. And, I hate to say stereotypes work in this town. And, I think there's something there for sure.
What kind of a military is your dad in?
You're Old Navy.
And you seem like a sloppy guy. What's your living situation? Yeah, you seem like it seems like not only do you not make your bed, you seem like the kind of guy that gets out of bed and goes to the bathroom with your blanket still on.
Once you get out of the way, you can't stop. It's awesome. Last thing I did in my life, I went to a piano party. It was all adult. That guy was there. And somebody brought his TV. Now, apparently, the big guy hit. I say apparently, but it's see what happened. So it's blindfolded. That was it. Andy Snoop Dogg was like, me too. I did stand-up for about 6 years. And turns out I'm single for about 6 years. Fuck yeah. All right, well, thank you. How long have you been in LA? Tony, I never thought I'd ever meet somebody with a smaller boy body than you. It's a smaller version of you. I've never seen you like when I was a baby. Hey guys, coming up here. You never got a hang of that first so Kirk, is that true? You've been single for 6 years? Pretty much. I had a girl about 6 months for a bit. How long ago was that? 2 years ago. Can you only date anorexic women? Sure. 2 fucking bags of fucking. It's your antlers fucking. It's really it's sort of a thing to where I could see how maybe a body like that would make a woman feel a little insecure. Has that ever happened? Are you ever experience? Yes. Well, if you saw me with my shirt off, Sam, I promise you'd be pretty fucking shocked what's going on. I know the audience loves this fucking channel. Steiner. T-shirt maybe or Tony Mitchell. Well, Morgan's not feeling well. Maybe a little Manny might warm her up. It's nice to take a shirt off. Okay. I was protect you. Has that ever been an issue in the bedroom with you? I think women only have sex with me because they're jealous of my body. What girl wants her body? Filipino girl? I like the pinata. You guys, at the end, you could say, like, you got hit or something, and the baby don't get hit because I looked on the ground and there was candy pouring out. Yes, that's correct. What if anything you hit with a pinata stick, candy came out of it? So, Turk, is this true? Did you really go to a pinata party? Is that a real thing? Yeah, who doesn't? I actually have a birthday party next week, and they're having a pinata. Next week? Yeah. Wow, so this joke might go to a whole nother level. It might become true soon. That's one of those things. Quantum leap came from the future, wrote that joke, and now you're here to perform it. That's why I'm here. Yeah. How do you make a living, Kirk? Well, right now, sports betting, mostly. I'm not proud of it, though. I'm not proud of it. What's been some good picks for you lately? Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey. Oh, yeah, that was my favorite so far. And then last night, Orlando City over Fortnite. What about Marcy? Major League Soccer? Yeah, no one bets. The odds are phenomenal on all the time. This might be a good time for intervention. I want a little golf money myself. Would you take Syracuse to Maryland women's final game? I mean, shooting on? Yeah, they have to be such an odds. What's happening? I mean, the odds are probably phenomenal on it. I gotta see the spread, maybe. We gotta see what they're gonna see. I thought your jokes were funny. I thought you had a couple lines in there that need to be trimmed out that ruined the rhythm of the joke. But it's a funny premise, and I think you got good joke structure. You just gotta pull out a couple lines, and I like it. And it's original. And you should use her tag because that's pretty funny. Yeah, I like that. Morgan, any advice for Kirk on anything other than don't blow your heroes? Blow his heroes? Are you anybody's hero? I mean, no one responded to me again. What would be a fun fact if there was a book about Kirk Banacci, and what would be a fun fact in it? What's something about you that's interesting? I'm the European child star. Really quite the music. you Thomas Scott from?
I've been doing 2 Disney Channel shows. Calling Game On and the Avatars.
What's my favorite show between you?
So what were your characters?
The goofy best friend.
Were you like 25 when you played it?
I was 22 and 23 playing a 16.
Can you give us one of your most famous lines from that? First one that you think of?
Weak sauce. Did you get like my sister's relationship? I was in Europe. She's a while ago. Like a 10-year-old or
You just keep calling it.
So I lived in Madrid for about a year.
So it was Spain. So the music sort of.
Of course, I know this.
You did not know
How many of your fans' moms did you hook up with?
None of them, unfortunately. I'm like 8 years old. Like,
They're moms.
Do you have links since that one?
since the Avatar?
Yeah.
That's what I did.
That's right. Are you on like dating websites and stuff?
Yeah, the majority of them.
What's your favorite one and why? What's your favorite dating app or website?
Currently, I really like Happen.
What is that? See, I don't know any of these.
It's like when you cross paths with people, they just tell you and you stop them.
Oh.
They tell you where like you guys cross. You just like stand on the corner of that street, just like wait for them.
That's
Like walk past again, like forever.
Now there's no dating app where you like talk to people in person. You're like, would you go out with me? It's crazy.
Yeah, we moved on to that European part of us.
You know what? We gotta go.
We gotta go. What are we gonna do without you guys? We have an entire theater here.
We have another live podcast in the world.
We're using all the things that they wrote this week. We just lost 3 new office guys. This happened.
You should use your tagline right there. What is weak sauce?
Anything else for her? Like advice, anything? Do you not believe in push-ups? What's the thing? Even me, like when I remember specifically, and we're joking about it, but it is true. I was a vegan for 5 years and I lost all this fucking weight, and then I got busy with work and I started being a lazy vegan. So my body just started eating any muscle that I did have. And then like 4 or 5 months ago, I stopped and started eating like a human, fucking working out and shit. So I just wonder, like, what's your...
My regimen is I'll usually wake up, like literally I'll get high and go back to sleep, and then wake up and then go to
Oh, so you live life like a cancer patient. Ryan's now putting out his band app, Apple Music, to replace Reagan and Watkins. So, if you're wondering...
They really walked off.
Yeah, there's no way they're coming back. I mean, I've worked with these guys for years, and if there's one thing I know about them, they're definitely not coming back. So, this will be interesting. I mean, Jeremiah literally left the door open. That's a very rare maneuver. Even when people have stormed out of this show, they always slam that door behind them. So, just a little something to keep an eye on later. I'm not part of whatever show is happening, by the way. All right. Put your hands over for your next comedian, Ian. Wait a second, hold on. What's your name? Yeah, there is. Normally, it's a diabolical show. I wouldn't let someone just run in from nowhere and replace those guys. But since the job that they do is so simple and easy, so I mean, it's just home run derby for them every week because they're always set up in a position to win. This is the Mexican version
version of blackface, by the way. Okay, I know.
So, I'm gonna bring up the next comedian. Is that cool?
Is there anybody else joining you?
Is there anybody else?
I see some shadows over there.
Alright, I'm gonna bring up the next comedian then. Put your hands together for Ian Russo.
Alright. I've been doing a lot of thinking recently.
I kind of want to get one of those baby on board signs for my car.
Just to drive the point home that I'm no longer a virgin. When you really think about it, sex is like improv. Even when it's good, you're still wondering, why are you watching other people do it?
I may be new in town, but I'm so even my pants are sag. I love you. You're fucking amazing. How long have you been stand up?
2 years.
Alright, well, let me tell you something.
You have the clap, you have a kind of power and style of a 6 months of comic, so congratulations.
Well, there's something there. You have a thing that is always weird, and people sometimes hear and they wonder what the fuck I'm talking about, but you have really good timing. You have nothing material-wise.
There's going to be a punchline.
Your reaction, your funniest parts are not your punchlines, not your setups, but literally in between the two. I wouldn't even call it a segue. You were disgusted with how long the first joke was.
Just when you just gave up on life, that was when I related to you the most.
Wow, dude, he's the best person to cry happy tears on the show.
You have awesome setups. You pull everybody in. We're waiting for this amazing payoff, and then you completely shit the bed. And it's a knowledge, but it's like you have great premises. You just have to figure out a punchline that fits the amazing premise that you present. I think your setups are awesome. Thank you. You just have no clue what a punchline is. But you have everything else. You have the energy, the look. You have a great look. Like, I'm like, this guy can do commercials. And you have great stuff. You're just missing maybe some might say the most important part.
Let's try a little experiment here, Ian. What are you trying to say with your baby on board thing? Why would you want a baby on board sign? Why is it?
To drive the point home that I'm no longer a virgin.
But why would you have to do that?
Baby. Because the baby's on board.
Sitcom life is my favorite sound effect of all time.
But you haven't been late more than once or twice. Yeah. Do you have to? Can you go over both hands when you count how many times you've been late? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, actually the fifth.
Oh, okay.
That's actually 5 people in single. Hey, I like that set, but I was like, I think you should have more yolks about a luchador.
More yolks? I'm curious what drove you to stand up? Like, where were you in your life? You're like,
Yes, Suzuki.
What drew me to stand up? Like, back in New York, I was an economics major.
that true? No. You a heavy drinker?
Not really anymore. It was just like I started driving back into New York to like funds moving out here, like driving for work. Yeah. Like now I'm not driving for Uber.
How many stars do you have?
How many stars? Oh, it's like 4.7 was my average.
Tell us something else. Well, where are you trying to meet women at? Like, if it's going so bad for you, tell us where. Let's figure out where we're going wrong here. Can I tell you one thing? This might be embarrassing. Put your zippers down. Zipper down. Episode of Zip Down.
And right to the camera too. But yeah, it's it's weird. I'm giving up on OkCupid, but I've been invited to be a moderator. Like,
You had so little action on OkCupid that even they're like, hey man, you want to pick up a shift? Are you busy with something while you're not getting dates from us? To welcome the new studio audience that we brought in.
I just happen to try, I've been focusing on surviving, I'm a town buddy, I'm a background actor. How long have you been here? 6 months. Yeah, you're doing fine. Yes. First year in LA is just all about beating the fucking self-worth out of you. That's really what it's all about. It's about killing your ego down, and if you make it through the first year, then it starts to kind of rise up. But it's really all about just kicking your dick in the dirt the first year. Whatever collateral you think you had come from New York or Seattle or San Francisco means nothing. You come here and it's just like beating you down with a stick.
All you have to do is stay put and invest in the proper now.
Sorry for showing up with you. I would not have had 6 months in to do this.
She would not have had the guts to come out here with your jokes and do it. Worked harder and performed better. Ian wants to say something. Our new light-skinned Mexican correspondent.
I'm gonna have Mexican. Ian, I'm going to give you props for doing that.
Okay, so Ian, it was nice to meet you. No, that's not. I'm very weird about shaking guys' hands whose zippers were down.
Punchlines because the premises are great. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah. Ian Rousseau is on Twitter at Ian Taco.
Or am I talking? Hey!
You're not talking. I know I'm not talking. Sometimes it's hard for me to think of nice, constructive things to say to people.
What's your
whisper mean things in your ear?
What's your character's name again?
El Guapo Ringo.
Does your character come before the prop, or does the prop come before the character? I'm curious. Oh no.
Did you steal that from a Salvation Army, that keyboard, or did you just buy it? It's the keyboard I got from a TV show.
Is there going to be anybody else joining you?
Well, no, that fool Jeremiah left, and if Perry left with him, I love you, by the way. So I don't know if I can call hopefully not, because I know I can just fucking like it.
I like that. Let's keep it going. What is it again?
Guapo Ringo.
Guapo Ringo. Alright. Your name's gonna for your next comedian. Alright. Let's try it. Alex Oliveira.
was good, because I'm only marginally more lazy than I am interested in having a blanket and sleeves. And it's but not to be denied, they've created the As Seen on TV store, which caters to that unique market of people who have immediate need for gratification, a bad habit with red wine on very white couches, and poor credit. And I can't help but wonder if there's somebody's, like, I like to do my homework when I'm good about buying things. I like to do my homework, really research a price. And because I hate it, everybody hates that paying too much. And what if this guy who was, been chopping onions like a fucking idiot with a knife or something, and he immediately connects with an infomercial, he gets on the phone, he does the whole thing, gets halfway through the commercial, he's finished his order, and he's like, thanks a lot, and then lo and behold, he gets to the part where he's saying, if you order now, you get two, and he's like, no, fuck, no, shit, and she's like, no, fuck, you get one, asshole. I feel like he's like,
concert you were at down here tonight? What's the wristband?
I'm literally working at a gig. I work on production. They still think I'm there right now. If you not called me up here, I would have got blacklisted. I mean, like, snail and get the fuck over. You think I'm at work right now?
You know who used to do that? Sebastian Maniscalco was a waiter at a hotel here. He would take his lunch break, run over here, do stand up in his waiter's outfit, then jump back in his car and go back and wait tables at his job. I remember all that.
I was taking a chance here that no one would notice me, and you got attacked them.
How long have you been talking?
Tony history out here, right?
This is the first time you've done it.
Yep.
You have a couple of really interesting ideas, and like I feel like economy of words might be your friend right now. Like we've had a lot of places around an idea, but maybe just tighten up.
Is stand-up something you've always wanted to do?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
Sorry.
How long have you been working on production? What did you say? Is that actually right?
Yeah, but trying to remember his words. Like when you were out there, were you trying to remember your words? Doesn't it seem like?
Guado, you haven't even had time to be experience.
I was just going back in my years of experience being my first time at all.
Yeah, that's all right.
My fucking words.
You dreamed of doing this and you're about to get fired. It's like this weird kind of moment.
It really is. All the time.
I was like, should I do comedy? Well, you must now because you have no job.
My biggest thing for you is this premise is great. I would take it if I was you and I would put it on the shelf. And in like 5 years, which the last a little bit more, you can go and deliver this with a little more conviction. You're trying to do, I think it's a complicated premise that you're just trying to do right out the gate. It's like T-ball. You're not trying to hit T, you're hitting Roger Clemens, trying to hit like 90 mile an hour fastball.
I'm hoping to start 5-year jokes.
So let's just, instead of talking about stand-up, because that's pointless at this point with you, let's just talk about your life. Okay? Like, what's some interesting stuff about you? What are you?
Canadian from Toronto.
Those who are taking the real fucking jobs, guys, these fucking dumbass.
He's taking the writing jobs. I'm always worried about this guy's cousins.
What's that motherfucker?
Shining light, happy people, doesn't take our fucking Portuguese guy, I went to jail once. I didn't pay a seatbelt ticket. That put my license into suspension. And you can't just say, oh, you got me, the suspend thing, and take your fine. Now you gotta show up to court. I learned that the hard way. If you don't, they give you 2 weeks in maximum security prison.
Tell us about the Guinness.
It's Canadian maximum jail, so that's like time out here.
And just the top tip, like if you watch a lot of TV that no doctor has a being system like I did, and you think, oh, I'll just like fake being crazy, they'll put me in the hospital ward thing. That does not exist. Yeah, there is solitary confinement, and you get that for the first 2 days.
So you gotta write about that. You gotta write about that.
Did you do that? Yeah, I did that. So I did solitary for 3 days. Sure fucking did. And that's the best benefit you came up with.
How many times did you try to suck your own dick?
I'll be honest with you, it's a little hard to get a hard on your first time in jail. Like, shit, like, it's a tough experience. Lavo, your mic's on. You keep signaling.
He went out, but he's back on now. There you go.
Alex Moore, jail, what else? Oh shit, how did it go compared to how you thought it was going to go?
I thought it was going to go really badly, and it just went bad.
How certain are you you're about to get fired?
How certain?
How certain are you?
Coin toss?
Pretty good chance.
Yeah, good. Well, I mean, the production's out of Canada, so they're going to send me home. They need me for this thing, so I'm in for this one. Like, people forget, so maybe I'll get off.
Yeah.
Like the tickets.
You're Canadian, so you just have to go back and apologize. Sorry, I'm not in time.
You know what happens when you guys work here?
Sorry.
You know what happens when you guys work here? You stand up comedy, maximum security.
Well, Alex, congratulations on popping your cherry. That takes a lot of balls to do work.
It's the Sebastian Maniscalco Award.
It's true. That's just the man now. And Alex is on Twitter. Alex, no lid.
He's gone.
Lydia. One more time for Alex. Everyone, this is Here it is, go for your next meeting, Gary Curtis. You guys go for Gary Curtis.
I got a sister, 2 years younger than me. Not too impressive. And I feel like all siblings who are close in age have some type of sibling rivalry. I just feel like mine is weird because I feel like my younger sister's trying to be a better man than me. So like when we were younger, at first, like she got better grades, and then she got better at mowing the lawn, and then she got better at basketball. This shit's weird, I'm still cool. And then we got older, and that shit don't matter anymore. And like first she got a good job, she got out of college, but then she started paying for her own cable. Then a month ago, she got engaged to a beautiful woman before I did. I took a step back, I'm like, damn, this bitch one hell of a man. Now I feel like I gotta get my girlfriend and just prove a point. I was sitting down and I had this thought. I was like, I wonder how many black dudes book trips to Thailand and then get mad as hell when they get there.
Fucking cool, man. How long you been in stand-up?
2 years.
All here in LA.
Yeah.
Smart jokes. Yeah. Thailand killer. So fun. The Guapo. I don't know if you've ever heard of this thing called double talk on podcasts, but when you just mumble continuously into the mic, the listeners of the podcast end up hearing the host and the guests and everybody throughout the entire show.
So your sister, like, so bad, I was gonna ask if she was looking to me like a nice luchador.
One luchador opens, another one closes. See what happens when we take turns? lines on it.
That area goes crazy on this show.
It really is insane. I'm pretty sure Jeremiah laughed. I can't believe you guys wouldn't at least just tell me, like, hey, Jeremiah has to leave halfway.
I didn't see you before the show. I didn't see you before the show.
So how did he signal to Pat, do you think, Guapo, if you had to guess since you're not Pat, how did he signal to Pat that he had to leave at some point?
We had talked about it. We had said, Chad and Jeremiah talked about it. They were like, okay, I'm going to the show. Jeremiah has to meet. And then so, like, we're going to say, oh, we have to, Chad and Jeremiah have to go to another live podcast. And that was the joke. And they were going to walk off. Go. I work in finance at Tom's.
Tom Shoes?
Very sexy.
The guy wearing Tom Shoes right here, J.R. Steiner. I was going to hand it to him because he's not going to even take it. Socks. Don't you get socks? He's from Phoenix, Arizona. They don't wear socks.
Do you ever think about how much more money you could make if they did send those other shoes to people? Sold regular shoes.
Every time you see it, they're fine.
Pitch that. You'd be like, you know what? If we stop giving away all this free shit, we can have more money.
Is it really like a hippie place over there? Like, it seems like it'd be like that Whole Foods type of vibe, you know what I mean?
The Whole Foods is around the corner, so that's the battery on this keyboard are dying, and I just had it on shut here because it sounds really cool. He's trippy. Check it out.
It's the LSD. There was no sound that came out of that.
I know the battery died.
Did you shoot it? What's going on, Rob?
No, for real, I usually make with a really trippy dying sound, and it's like I don't record that because on my good experimental music album.
Well, I know you're actually, Cat Reagan's an experimental music album.
Hey, Gary Curtis is a comedian.
Oh, okay. So what else is going on in life, Gary? I mean, you're killing here. We're not gonna, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help you. So is there anybody you want to talk with?
Retired people from the show.
If they want to come work out a different minute, I mean, there's a definite unsaid, sort of said rule that you don't repeat a minute on this show. So somebody that has an hour can sign up 60 times and fucking get up and kill 60 times in front of 100,000 plus downloads and the tens and tens in this room.
You could do Ice House next Friday if you're available.
He's on Twitter at GCurtCSD. There he is. See the type of magic that can happen. I just felt 35 comedians get so depressed. Damn, I was up there again. Put it in my Still can't be. Who knows what can happen? Oh shit. This guy has not signed up in a very long time. He's one of the original guys that sort of did retire from the show because he got so big that he got hired here at the Comedy Store and has literally taken everything over by storm. So many big regulars talking about it regularly. He's a fucking monster. One of the best. Guy with a lot of buzz right now. Here again together for the great Fang Chow. If you do know anything about the Chinese, if you've ever ordered their food, it always takes a few minutes longer than that. What do you think, Josh? Hey, what's happening here?
We can do one of the girls now and then we tell them after.
Josh, dirty dog. He's headed toward the stairs.
Okay, very good. How about this? Put your fucking hands together for the one, the only, one of the baddest rising talents in the world. The great Feng Chao. Towards the stairs, and then what happened? Okay, let Feng Chao know that he is Feng Chao last. Let him know that he's going up at 9:35. Okay, here we go. Put your hands together for Daniel Balshin.
So my parents are from Ukraine. My mom is gorgeous, beautiful. My dad's a stud. Who do I blame for this? Chernobyl. Yeah, so my parents don't really understand my comedy, especially my dad. Like, I could be wrong, but he came up to me the other day and he goes, Danny, yeah, you're not funny. I think so. You're way better than myself. Okay, but Russian comedy, hilarious. So good. Russian comedy. Like, Dad, what are you pointing at? What is this, Russia? No, not funny. But Russian comedy. So funny. Alright, Dad, give me an example. White chicken crust good. Why? He did it. I showed him. Wait. Why Ukrainian gateway? I showed this chicken. Come on. Alright, looks like it's all fuck yeah. Great self-deprecation right to the top of Chernobyl is the classic, I learned it from you. I always quote you on this show, and we've already covered it once tonight, but trimming just the extra words. For example, it's like, my dad doesn't think I'm funny. He's always like, you don't even need to say that. It just goes, my dad's always like, you're not funny. And instead of going, oh man, that's sort of upset, it just goes, my dad goes, my dad always says, you're not funny. Russian comedy is funny, and then boom. And then instead of going
the Russian comedy's funny part,
right? Yeah. You don't need to get your back and forth with it. Because my dad's like, you're not funny. You know what's funny? Russian comedy, then you get it, and then you don't do the first chicken joke. Go straight to the Croatian chicken.
Yeah, I wouldn't do the chicken joke only because I've heard that premise before, and not that anything's original, it just, I've heard, like, crazy ethnic dad tell somebody not funny and then use a chicken joke. You should there's another stock joke that you could use that I think down the line would cause people to go, hey, I don't do that fucking joke. Like, if two guys walk in bar, I shoot them. You know what I'm saying? Like, something along the lines of that. That would just be a different kind of take on it that down the line I think would be a little better.
It's like when you buy some luchador. So never just like dance around the luchador and be like, hello, ha. When a body slam you just do it.
But your jokes are great. They're funny. Your premises are great. Again, it's like cutting down a couple joke lines here and there, but I liked it, dude. I thought it was funny. And Yakov Smirnoff is the last great, what's the country? That's the last guy, right? Yeah. Have we had any?
No, that's it.
He's named after masturbation and vodka.
Yeah. Daniel, you do have this look that's like, I watch a lot of crazy videos and stuff, and it's a lot of guys like you just suffer from cheap people and South guy on bar cam, it's everybody looks like you.
Again, I walk up to the stage, all I think is he might have a gun on right here.
Yeah.
Every guy who's on the show.
Russians don't even use guns, they use fucking snow swords and shit.
Every Russian video from live leaks, you really do. Every time there's somebody crashing a car, punching Santa Claus in Russia.
The dude from Grand Theft Auto, right? Oh, shit. Damn, what's the shit you said? First thing you just thought of, you're like, I'm not gonna say that. Come on, what is it then? Now, if you're a pretty big guy, then what is the shittiest thing you ever did? Your homework? What is it? How good are you?
I don't really do my homework.
Alright, that's pretty much it.
tell us something about you. I was born here in Los Angeles.
You look like every guy who trains spotting. Has anyone ever said that?
Daniel, watch. Let me ask the luchador this question.
Okay.
Luchador, what's the shadiest thing you've ever done?
I fucked a tranny hooker at Western and her.
Wow. The reason why that's shady is because he means literally at Western and Third, like in the middle of the intersection. It's very important. Or else you just would have said fuck the tranny. He did it in the middle of a fucking Western and Third. I mean, even though they run parallel with each other.
Local reference for the 100,000 people downloading this.
I know.
No, they don't. So he's right, you're wrong.
Well, I know. I was making what we call comedy a killer joke. And it worked what we would call very well. So, it's all part of this crazy thing.
Tony just passed himself on Kill Tone.
You can pass here. You can only pass. Alright, it's too late, Nate. I'll let him know.
Honestly, there's no Russian comics. I think you should mind the fuck out of that, dude. Mind the fuck out of that, dude. Dive into all that stuff, because that is a untapped market. Yeah.
You should be rushing from one open mic to the next. Same thing.
Dude, we're Americans. Who gives a fuck? Right? Just to the jokes. Why do you get weird in here?
Daniel Walsh and everybody. There he goes. You know what? Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna go to our regulars. Your first regular going up tonight. You know her, you love her from Kill Tony. Put your hands together for the great Melissa S. Slicker.
My life right now. So my cat, I found out she likes anal. I took her to the vet. She's sick. Excuse me, Pop. Took her to the vet. They took her temperature and like she flinched and then she purred. I wish that I liked anal because life has been fucking me. It's a matter of 72 hours. I lost my job, my car broke down, and my air mask just started leaking. Yeah, it's a painful life. Got home after like a shitty day, and I like laid down and like finally just some sleep. It's not quite as effective when I'm shitting. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm eating bologna sandwiches.
There you go. Rare challenge by Guapo, who since it's his first time working with the show, he must have not known not to interrupt or react. Melissa S.
I saw you the first time here, it's fucking night and day. You're so much better than before. You're still nervous as fuck. Yeah, I can just see your hands shaking. And it's just like, you just gotta keep doing it more and more to get over that. But once you get that, your jokes are so much better than they were before. You really worked hard, and it's really great to watch. And instead of the mattress thing following, you should say, I lost my Jack Harlow workout, and I found out my cat loves anal. That's a little calling, but dude, it's so much better than the last time I saw you. So keep working hard and doing it.
Even that little part where you say that the wife said fuck me, and you didn't say fuck me in the ass, but she said just not even saying that was so much better. Yeah, that was good.
Totally.
Well, even when you're nervous, though, it's like you're like adorable nervous in this way that's like really easy to watch. And it was kind of like I kind of feel like you needed to have like a an open script about like your shitty shitty things that happened to you. But like I was like, oh yeah, I just want to hear more about your day and like just like I love that you just took the media stuff and were honest about your life and your
And paint the picture, get into it. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go with air mattress, really paint it because I never talked about this on stage when it was happening because I'm an idiot. But I did have I was sleeping on an air mattress years ago, and it did end up leaking. And this is true. By the way, this part's like super unbelievable. Is that I bought another air mattress, and that already had a hole in it. I was sleeping. And by the way, here's what's crazy, and this is what you need to take and describe, is that when you sleep on an air mattress that has a hole in it, you blow it up all the way. I mean, it's a sad situation because no matter what, you're going to end up on the floor. The question is how long are you going to be able to fall asleep before you can go fall? That's really what ends up happening. I only know because I'm fucking winded by the way.
Like this sounded hitting bottom like this.
Yeah. Now you can't fall asleep without that sound. I can't fall asleep without that sound, so now that I have a Tempur-Pedic mattress, I bought a rattlesnake. What's fucked
up is I've been on it since September, and when I was employed, fine. When I had a car, fine.
Welcome to Hollywood. How long have you been here?
Almost a year and a half.
Yeah, see? Just fuck you there.
It's done.
What you do? Sexual harassment?
No, they're not shooting anything right
I
now.
thought you were going to ask what happened to the air mattress. Like, what did happen?
I don't know. There's a whole bunch somewhere. I mean,
There's always a reason.
I've
You
been
ever
on
have those guys with needle guns like that?
I don't bring anybody to my air mattress, you know.
Josh Martin wearing his little key rings. It took years of establishing Josh Martin. That sounds like I'm trippy dog. You know, trippy. Alyssa, I absolutely love what's happening here. It's definitely the most exciting part of this. One of the coolest parts of doing what I do is getting to have regulars and getting to watch you guys grow. It's just another week where clearly you did the work, you wrote some shit out. Your car broke. We got rid of your car broke on the way here, so the fact that you even did that, like, you almost didn't make it or whatever. But, so that's pretty cool that you're talking about real shit, and that's fucking awesome. I'm really happy with your sets lately. It's great stuff. Melissa Slinger. Don't always do that. Put your hands together for our other regular, very funny, always cool. The styles of Vanessa Johnson.
I recently started wearing underwear so that I don't have to wash my pants as much. And so that I can sell them. The company will be named Hard Tarps. Come in many different flavors. Pineapple, clam chowder, berry, and chocolate. For those of you who are not laughing and don't support the American dream, fuck you. Communists. Trying to figure out who my target demographic is. Probably red band.
I actually helped a girl do that. She would buy like a bag at Kmart of like 28 like shitty underwear, like a big like Hanes bag, and just like stuff it in her vagina, pull it out, throw it in an envelope.
This is very cool. One of the only people tonight that might even be the only to talk about one subject throughout the entire minute, which I love, committing and trying to figure out what works and taking those chances and not just moving on to another one-liner that maybe with the But it's cool that stayed in the pocket like that. That's fun, guys. This is the first time you've seen Vanessa Johnson, correct? What do you think in here?
I actually thought you were great. Like I like, you know, it's there's something like self-deprecating where you're like clearly very beautiful, so it's sort of like soft, shy, dirty thing that I like the whole vibe.
I think the jokes are great, well written. I like, you know, it's okay to get people uncomfortable. You know, oh, fuck it, man. That's, you know, it's okay to go to that place. Not everything needs to be fucking explosion laugh every 2 seconds. Sometimes you gotta take people into some dark places. And then, you know, as long as you bring them back and nail Red Band at the end. I love Red Band, but it was such a great ending because everybody knows what kind of stuff they can. But he is the guy that would buy your underwear. You know,
when you were doing the thing and describing all these things, it's just like sitting over here on
I love the truth. I love honesty on stage. I think we're in a great place in comedy where you can get more and more honest than ever before. And it's just like, there are guys that would buy your underwear. And that is a fact. And if everybody get uncomfortable with it, fuck it. Because I look at this crowd and you would all, except for that blonde right there, the rest of you would all buy your fucking
It's raining on his head right now.
I feel like it's arrogant of you to say you know you would buy my underwear, like to an audience.
I mean, some chicks are going to get angry with that. And then you're going to have to think about how to diffuse that. That's just the truth, man. It's just the truth. There's going to be a couple chicks that are, oh, she thinks she need my boy. You got to learn how to diffuse that and maybe shit on yourself a little bit. That's just the reality of the situation. But I love going to those fucking uncomfortable places.
You can do it. That's not, you know, there's definitely not a lot of people that can get away with that always. Normally, the type of, what I'm saying is that normally the types of people that do, like, you know, sort of dirty, sort of, you know, bloody and poopy things. That's normally, you know, a lot of not the best looking people that do those things. You know, like, have you ever had a night where your underwear is like a banana split?
Guys don't know anything about it because that girl's underwear get wrecked all the time. Yeah, listen, I watch Amy Schumer.
Same thing about Melissa and Slater goes for you. It's so fun to watch you guys grow and take chances and stay in the pocket and really deliver. It's so fucking cool. Love it. Another session. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say the one thing I think, especially when your jokes are really dirty, like sit with them a lot, like really like look at them and go like, how can I make this the smartest joke possible so that nobody can say, oh, that's just a dirty joke.
Yeah,
right.
because I typically don't do like funny humor.
Yeah, but like even if it's funny humor, it's like there are brilliant jokes that are about shit sticks and
Davis House the funniest guy on the planet. He's filthy as fuck, but nobody writes a smarter joke than that guy.
Hey, Vanessa, I have just a pitch for you, a title pitch for your first action. Because it's funny, because it seems like you hate people, so it's like, Miss and Grumpy. That's it.
Vanessa Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. As a special treat to all of you Tony fans that have been watching for a long time, you know this guy, you love him. You're going to get pulled out of the bucket. He has so much going on that he literally was too busy for his spot, and we are having him on right now. You know, you've seen him over 10 times on this show now on the big crazy things. It's the great Fang Challenge.